This project was a lot of fun. My client began the conversation because he had landscape lighting that was installed by a landscaper, irrigation guy, and it really just didn't meet the level of what this home needed. So he has a busy lifestyle, he's a surgeon. His lights would come on, they'd go off a lot of times before he'd get home. Some nights he's out till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning with work. When he got home, the lights were already off and dark. There's no control on it, and they really just didn't adequately light a home of this caliber properly. So we looked at it in a lot of different angles. We began in the front, in the inside of the house. We started looking at the viewing angles out of his windows, what he was going to see as he looked out. But the biggest thing was really elevating the look of this home. The lights that he had didn't really extend all the way up the home, and it really didn't account for all the unique architectural features. So there were a lot of features on this home, a lot of different textures, a lot of setbacks in the house. So we had to look at small luminaires to really accent and bring out the full nature and the full dimension of this house. So this was a lot of fun, a great project, a lot of beautiful trees, a beautiful landscaping, but the lighting just needed to be elevated to match the style of this house. With this home, what's unique about it is obviously it's beautiful stonework, beautiful woodwork. We wanted to bring that out, but with the different dimensions, such as this bay window that comes out of his office, it's very challenging to get that second story lighting. So this house had a lot of second story lighting in it. We started with small mini uplights, and we had to match the light and the luminaire with the trim work that he had. We then wanted the entranceway to be the focal point. So we wanted to tie in his coach light that he had, his pendulum light hanging, make sure that the columns on the front were lit up. So often we think that when light's shining out, that we're properly lighting an entranceway, but we're not lighting the facade. So we have some lights around the entranceway to light that up. Other challenging aspect on the design is with the portico, we had to figure out a way to light the second story above the portico here. And we did that again with miniature lights that were crisscrossing each other to soften. Light comes out of fixtures very hot, and so we had to give that light opportunity to expand and soften up. We crisscrossed them above the portico so that we didn't have a dark spot above it. The other thing that was important is looking down this viewing point here. So we go from the brick to the stone, but we didn't want all the little special features, all the little insets in the house to just disappear. So you'll see a lot of small little lights, including a downlight that was just really not going to be able to reach because of the architecture. And that's what I love about, looking at the details. We pay attention to the details. It's the details that really make lighting look beautiful. And this project had a lot of different aspects to it that it took a lot more time on the installation and thought process on the design. And it wasn't just putting 8 lights on a house. When you hire an electrician, they put in, according to the plan, what they're supposed to put in, or you hire a landscaper, they may not look at all the architectural details. So to be a great lighting designer, I feel you really need to understand and look at architecture, and you really need to understand trees. And if you don't take time to study and look at that, you're not going to give the full scope of how the project should look. Every project that we approach is unique, and every home is unique. Everybody's tastes are a little bit different when it comes to lighting. So what we want to do is we want to give our suggestions after our 26 years of expertise in landscape lighting to build a system out and a design that's going to really match what the customer is looking for. The other thing that's really important is the actual products. We decided to start manufacturing our own products about 13 years ago because we didn't like the quality of the products. When I came out here, he had about 14 lights. None of the wiring was done right. None of the transformers were done right, and the products were falling apart. And that was only after 3 or 4 years. So investing in a system that's properly designed with products that are designed to last, that showcase the house better, and that will showcase the house for decades, it is what we take so much pride in Dayloom. Is really, we want to couple beautiful designs with longevity and really durable products. And that's what you see on this project. It really is something that fuels us and excites us, is to really try and do the best we can on design, installation, and choosing the best products to use. When we're designing, what we want to design is comfortable spaces. And what people don't feel comfortable is when they're looking into darkness. And so some simple things that we can do to help people feel more comfortable is demonstrated in this. This is just 3 crepe myrtles, not that big of a deal, but for guests when they're coming up here and they're going to their car at the end of the night, having something that's backlighting this area just makes you feel more comfortable. There's a natural wood line that they're not allowed to touch. A little creek runs through there. And so just having some lighting over here just makes people feel a lot more comfortable as they're going to their car. And then obviously the downlight that I spoke about before is practical lighting. So we're hiding light source, we're making it look beautiful. Rather than taking big spotlights and just blast light all over the place, it's using small discrete lighting to help people feel comfortable as they're coming in and out, or when guests are leaving. It really just guides their way, and they're not going out into the woods in the darkness. Instead, they have some lighting, and it's all controlled. And that's one of the important things, is to allow the lights to go off. So our client, with the automation controls we have, can have his lights go off at 11 o'clock, but if he's got a late night working and comes home at midnight, the lights automatically come on as he pulls up in his car. So those are the little advances that we offer in lighting design and the options that we have, so that our clients really get the full understanding of what lighting can do on their properties. Our favorite time working with clients is when we've earned their trust. When they see what our philosophy is and see our meticulous attention to detail to build out the system that's going to make their home better and make their lives more comfortable. And that's what this project was. We earned the customer's trust, and he really allowed me to try different lighting techniques, up lighting, down lighting, second story lighting, and even some practical lighting that just made everything work cohesively together. And the other thing is just the controls of the system, and having really controls at your fingertips so that a client can turn the lights off whenever they need to. There's one thing that I'll show you in the back. Our client has a dog, and a lot of times it's a big black dog that'll go out at night, and he couldn't see it in this one corner. So uplighting the large tree in back, which set the backdrop for the entire house, but then 2 small downlights just coming into a natural area. Really, you wouldn't think of it from a lighting design standpoint, but from a practical standpoint, when the dog goes out at night to see what the dog's up to, is just the little things that make the lighting systems that Dayloom create special. And so we try and incorporate what's going to be practical lighting, what's going to be beneficial lighting, and what's just artistic, beautiful lighting, and combining all of that together to really provide a cohesive, beautiful scene in landscape lighting.